What if McLaren's biggest rival isn't Red Bull or Ferrari, but themselves? The fight between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri has turned into a silent war, and the weapons aren't overtakes or tire strategy, they're team orders. After dominating 2025 with 12 wins from 16 races, McLaren is cruising toward the constructors' crown. But the bigger prize, the Drivers' Championship, now risks being decided not on the track, but in the pit wall's control room. Baku is the perfect reminder of how fragile papaya principles really are. Last year, McLaren openly leaned toward Norris as their number one, only for Piastri to crush the weekend and force Lando into team duty. History is repeating itself. When asked if McLaren will finally loosen its grip once the title is sealed, Piastri's reply was chilling. Not necessarily. Two words that exposed everything: doubt, politics, and the possibility that Norris is being favored. So is McLaren making a championship or manufacturing one? Before we dive deeper, hit like if you think Piastri deserves to fight freely, and subscribe because this battle inside Woking could decide the season. Baku isn't just another race for McLaren, it's the stage where their internal drama always comes alive. In 2024, Oscar Piastri delivered one of the most stunning wins of his rookie campaign here, while Lando Norris clawed back from 15th to 4th. That result catapulted McLaren to the top of the constructors' table for the first time in over a decade. For fans, it was a rebirth. For the team, it was proof that the Papaya project had worked. But that same weekend exposed cracks. McLaren quietly admitted Norris would be prioritized in certain situations, a move designed to keep his faint title hopes alive against Verstappen. The irony, it was Piastri who destroyed the competition, forcing Norris into the awkward role of support act. Now, in 2025, deja vu is back. McLaren isn't just leading, they're dominating, with double the points of Ferrari. But whispers grow louder. Has the team already chosen their driver for the ultimate crown? Baku made McLaren heroes once. Could it now turn them into villains? Every rivalry has a breaking point, and for McLaren, it came in Monza. Oscar Piastri was running ahead when a slow pit stop ruined Norris's race. The team's solution? Order Piastri to hand second place back to Lando. For many fans, it wasn't fair racing. It was McLaren tilting the scales. Oscar played the good soldier. He smiled, he nodded, he said the team had clarified how we want to go racing. But then came the dagger. Asked if McLaren would let things run free once the constructors' title was sealed, his answer was short, sharp, and impossible to ignore. Not necessarily. Those two words cut deeper than any overtake. They hinted at frustration, at politics inside Woking, and at a reality fans don't want to admit, that maybe McLaren sees Norris as their chosen champion. But here's the danger. When you tell a racer like Piastri to move aside, you're not just asking for position, you're asking him to surrender destiny. And destiny isn't something champions give up lightly. For Lando Norris, team orders could be the golden ticket he's been waiting for. After years of being hailed as Britain's next world champion, 2025 finally looks like his season. McLaren's dominance gives him the machinery, and Piastri's enforced sacrifices might just give him the margin. But here's the dilemma. If Norris secures the title with McLaren pulling strings in his favor, will it carry the same weight? Fans remember past controversies, from Ferrari's infamous "Fernando is faster than you" moment to Red Bull's hidden bias toward Verstappen. Titles won under suspicion always spark debate. And make no mistake, Oscar Piastri isn't Sergio Perez. He's not here to play number two. The Australian has already proven he can beat Norris straight up in equal machinery. If McLaren tilts the battlefield, every Norris victory risks being framed as assisted. So the question hangs in the air. Is Lando's dream season about to be remembered as triumph or tainted? For Andrea Stella, McLaren's team boss, the 2025 season should be a dream. The team is cruising toward back-to-back constructors' titles, rewriting records that date back to 1998. But inside the garage, he's walking a tightrope. Stella insists McLaren's philosophy is about fairness, letting both drivers race with guardrails to avoid chaos. Yet, as Italy proved, those guardrails can look like invisible hands steering the outcome. To outsiders, it feels less like balance and more like bias. Managing Norris and Piastri is nothing like the old days of Jenson Button or Kevin Magnussen. These aren't midfield survivors, they're title contenders. Every call Stella makes shapes legacies, not just results. One misstep, and he risks losing not only races, but trust. And trust, once broken, never returns. So here's the million-dollar question. Is McLaren protecting the team's harmony or gambling with it by quietly backing their British poster boy? The battle isn't just in the garage, it's raging online. McLaren's fan base, once united behind the papaya dream, is splitting into two camps. On one side, the McLando loyalists, who see Norris as the rightful heir to Britain's Formula One legacy. On the other, the rising army of Piastri believers, who call him the silent assassin, cool, ruthless, and destined to carve his own path. Every team order sparks firestorms on social media. Was Monza a tactical necessity or pure British bias? Is Norris truly leading this fight, or is McLaren manufacturing the outcome? These aren't just debates, they're shaping how fans will remember 2025. And here's the danger for McLaren. Once a team loses the trust of its supporters, it's almost impossible to win it back. The papaya dream risks turning into papaya civil war, with every decision dissected under a microscope. The world is watching. One wrong call, and McLaren won't just decide a title, they'll decide their reputation. While McLaren wrestles with its own civil war, rivals are circling. Charles Leclerc has unfinished business in Baku. 4 poles, 0 wins. He's desperate to convert speed into victory, and nothing would sting more than stealing glory from McLaren on their supposed coronation weekend. And then there's Red Bull. After Max Verstappen's shock domination in Monza, whispers are growing that the team is finding its feet again under the Ront McKees. If McLaren slips even slightly, Verstappen will be ready to pounce. That's the irony. The more McLaren micromanages Norris and Piastri, the more vulnerable they become. Every second lost in internal politics is an opening for Leclerc's precision or Verstappen's relentlessness. History shows it only takes one crack for an empire to fall. Will McLaren's obsession with control hand the advantage back to their rivals? Or can Norris and Piastri rise above the politics and protect the papaya crown? So here we are, McLaren on the brink of history, yet standing at the edge of chaos. Norris, the long-promised British champion, finally within reach of the crown. Piastri, the cold-blooded, silent assassin, refusing to be anyone's number 2, and Andrea Stella, forced to play referee in a battle that could define McLaren's future. But here's the truth fans can't ignore. Team orders don't just decide races, they decide legacies. If Norris lifts the trophy with McLaren's help, history will always ask if it was his destiny or Woking's design. If Piastri is forced to play support, will he stay loyal or one day walk away in search of freedom? This is more than a title fight. It's the soul of McLaren at stake. So I'll leave it to you. Should McLaren let their drivers fight it out no matter the cost, or is securing a world champion at any price worth the gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like if you love the drama, and don't forget to subscribe because this story is far from over.